begin just lifting the shoulders and lowering them. Let the knees straighten when you lift the shoulders and the knees soften when we lower. Up and down. Add a little bit of a roll backwards to it. It's a little vertical integration. We're getting a little depth in here, forward and back with the shoulders. Releasing the neck. Good, and now let's swim one arm back at a time. And feel how moving that arm really massages your body. You should feel space between your ribs. You should be able to settle into each hip with increasing weight and pressure. Just see how many muscles you can feel while you're doing this. And now when we take the shoulders forward, let's just massage them forward and go into this forward fold. And then slowly rise back up, fingertips in front of your face. Dropping the arms down, same thing. We're scooping the shoulders forward, driving down into the ground with the forward fold, and rising up, fingertips out in front of the face, and lowering the hands. Good. Now let's start reaching from side to side. The hands can be quite delicate and articulate, and the bones should be stacked in this very clear way by the end. But they can be soft in the beginning, finding really clear form by the end. Feel how this creates kind of a spinal wave. And now bring the hands in. Keep thinking about how your spine is waving. Now lean yourself forward a little bit. Think about how your tail really encourages your spine to wave. And we're just gonna wag that tail. Wag the tail, wave the spine. Good. Ah, I needed this therapy in my life today. Keep wagging. Good. The elbows and the hands can encourage that spinal movement. Bring yourself back up to vertical. Good, and let's tap out our foot. Tap, tap, tap. Picking up the knee, and we're using our pulse to just place the ball of the foot. Tap, tap, tap. There's this whole body quake going on. Boom, boom, boom. Switch to the other side. Hey. Bounce, 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 bounce. The knee is placing the foot, and we're quaking. Now you're gonna do the same thing, but without a toe tap. You're just gonna shake the upper body. Quake and think about the right hand wave shift. And the other side, just have a memory of what that tap was like. Now let's do fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole vertical integration. 1, 2, 3. And just the memory of it. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Let's just roll the shoulders in that quick rhythm. Back, back, back. Roll, roll, roll. Take them forward and forward, forward. Hey. It might cause a little bit of weight shift. That's totally fine. Now let's take a little bit of curving into our hips. Don't overthink it. If you can't do like little semi-curves, just do circles. We're just gonna start putting curves into our hip flexors. Thinking about blood flow. Thinking about like our hips are this engine that we have to oil right now. And go as fast as you can, anywhere in your hips, as fast as you can. Shaking and circling and shaking and curving. And now we're gonna go slow. The rest of your body wants to help. And we're gonna go fast, fast, fast. How fast can you move those hips around? Shaking, curving, and slow. Use your shoulders and your fingers to sort of pick yourself up and make space for those hips to roll around. Change directions. And now we're gonna sort of collapse into this just roiling, bubbling movement all through our midsection. Knees are curving, ankles are lengthening and shortening. Maybe you look a little bit like that wavy guy that inflates with air and tells you to stop for a car wash. And let's make a big star, big and strong. And let's stretch to one side. And inhale, big star. And stretch to the other side. And we're gonna let it go and windmill all the way through. And we're gonna windmill the other way down and all the way through. Hey, good everybody. Take a second. I'm just gonna come up to the camera. Take a second to really warm up your fingers, your wrists. Just get used to how much these guys, these hands, can move around. Try some rotations where the pinky leads. Try some rotations from the thumb, scooping different directions. Just see what happens. Wake up those forearms. Good, shake it out. And everybody rub your bellies. And rub your hips. And rub your thigh. And the other one. Good, now shake your thighs. See how loose and jiggly you can get your thighs and your butt. Can you just really get it all to bounce around? Your butt cheeks should be just flapping. Good. And all of that movement should be massaging up into your belly. And relax, everybody. See if you can just pet a little bit of space into your ribs. Get those ribs away from your hips. Woo, let's make yourselves taller. Good, a couple more. And then everybody, you're gonna end with taking one big breath up, and you're gonna come into your own forward fold. And you're gonna stay there and do whatever you need in that forward fold. And what I mean is listen to your body. If there's a little area that hasn't been woken up yet, that you haven't said hello to yet, just take a second, bend your knees, move the hips. And then bring yourself back up when you're ready. Everybody just pops back up. You're like, I'm young, I'm ready. Oh, to be one of you again. All right. It's hard to be a Zoom teacher and be the only face in the room or the only voice in the room. So everybody just make some noise with your hands for me if you're feeling pretty good, if your bodies feel awake. Thanks. Thank you for emotionally taking care of me. I appreciate it. All right, grab a little bit of your favorite beverage. You just did good stuff to your body. We are going to get into our routine. The caveat that I'd like to give you for any time you're learning my choreography is just that number one is I like to stick by tools, not rules, okay? So all the information I'm giving you is a tool. It's not a limitation. So if any point your body says it should be doing something else, your heart says it should be doing something else, I give you all the power in the world to honor that. Always say yes to yourself and your own imagination and your own concepts and creativity, okay? I'm just here to facilitate a little bit of movement and ideation, and wherever you go with that, awesome, okay? If the steps seem too simple, I encourage you to look inward at how we can make them more challenging. If they're too hard, you can always, again, replace anything I'm doing with something else that's just comfortable to you, okay? All right, so we're gonna be dancing to Marie Bryant's version of Ain't Misbehavin' today. How many of you, raise your hand if you know the name Marie Bryant of Lindy Hop lore, really, really famous Black Lindy Hopper innovator, and also a beautiful singer. So she's gonna be gracing our sound waves today. All right, we're gonna begin with a little bit of a musing on Tacky Annie's. So just a quick review of a Tacky Annie. We have a stomp off, right, left, and a tap, step, tap, step, tap, step, tap, stomp off, tap, step, tap, step, tap, step, tap, stomp off, right? That's pretty familiar. Put it in the chat if you don't know a tachyani, and I can go over that with you. Otherwise, I'm going to begin with the augmentation of it, which is that we are going to stomp off, which is and 8. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to freeze in this really weird moment of like most of my weight over here, a little bit of my weight over here. And I'm going to lean into that by staying there, and I'm going to clap my hands together on count 4. Okay? 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm going to clap away from the tapping foot, because then I'm going to use these hands to drive into that hip and that foot for fishtails on 6, 7, 8. All right? So it's going to be and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We step 6, 7, 8. We're holding counts 4 and 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And I encourage you from the get-go. The warm-up is there for you, the warm-up that we did. So however you can incorporate this again, feeling of bubbling, roiling, curving, muscular effort through your body to drive into your fishtails. I'm really kind of pressing my hands together. My shoulders end up popping up and being a little extra engaged. In my experience, anything that I do to really brighten and tone up my upper half has the effect of lightening my lower half and making it feel lighter and more fluid and more free. So we're going to try to lean into that a little bit. Great. Again, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, stop off, tap and tap, clap, fish, fish, fish. Okay? We're going to end on the left foot on count 8. We're ready to tap out our tachyani on count 1 on the right foot again. We go tap and tap. 1, 2, 3. We're going to hit count 4 again. This time we're going to pop up into something that looks like a fall off the log or just any kind of preparatory diagonal kick step. This time it's going to come across into 6, 7, 8 Susie Q's. Okay? So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just do that one. From the 1 on the tap, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the rhythm is the same. We're accenting it differently. Let's try the 2 in a row. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fish, fish, fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Susie Q. Again. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Stomp off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fish, fish, fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Susie Q. Any questions yet? Put your hand out desperately in front of the screen. Great. Okay. So after you go 6, 7, 8, I generally take my last one and instead of pinching it or scissoring it into my Susie Q, I let it straighten out a little bit because I'm going to go back into my tachyani on 1 again. 1, 2, 3. This time I'm just going to do a nice big dig step down. 6, 7, 8 foot crawl. Okay? 1, 2, 3 down. 6, 7, 8. Again. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3 down. Foot crawl in. And then we have the break because we've just gone 3 of something. And on our break, the real big gesture of the break is just open, close, open, close. All right? I invite you to do whatever you want with that. Again, the gesture, the breath of this is the most important thing. I like to go side, side, turn, around. That's what I like to do. But if you want to invent your own little thing, if you want to do a different rhythm underneath it, you can do whatever you want, okay? But it's just open, close, open, close. And that's the end of our first phrase. So we have tacky with the clap, fish, 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 tacky with a kick, Susie Q, tacky that goes down, foot crawl, and break, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fish, fish, fish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Susie Q. 1, 2, 3, 4. Foot crawl, and 1, 3, 5, 7. Yeah? Let's try it to music. This is one of those tunes that starts without an intro, so we're going to start on the second phrase of this AABA song. Five, 6, and 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Stop off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fish, fish, fish. 1, 2, 3, hop. Susie Q. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crawl it out. And 1, 3, 5, 7. Let's do it again. That's not what it is. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7. Open, close, open, close. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about phrase 1? It's very simple, but not easy, I would say. There are probably a lot of moments that feel not intuitive, and I've designed those moments to be a negotiation that you have to find in yourself. You have to find muscular alignments and reasons to go into the places that we're going into. Otherwise, it feels random to go down sometimes, up sometimes. So really try to like build the thread back as far as you can to have a reason to go up, down, right, through your Susie Q's. And like when I'm coming off of my, something as simple as tap, step, tap, down, foot, crawl, that's probably the easiest one. I try to really build a 1, 2, 3, up, down, out. So, and then you can like look at your foot and you can like draw your foot crawl in from way high up your body. Yeah, it doesn't have to be, I kind of want to un-isolate our jazz, which is funny because we learn isolations all the time. Learning isolations is a way to access a muscle group and access a mobility, but then you really are supposed to reintegrate it and un-isolate it so that something that you're doing with your foot isn't just coming from your foot necessarily, but is being pulled from the narrative of your whole body. Yeah? So let's, without music, do this beginning one more time and think about that integration. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5, 7. Yeah? Okay. That's all I'll say about that. You can take it or leave it. And let's move on into the next phrase that's going to be the bridge. If you had taken a break that turns you clockwise like I have, it's kind of nice because it's going to set me up for the next idea, which is just a phrase built out of kickball changes. But we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And we're going to do the whole thing on a clockwise circle. You step on your right foot on count 1. You kickball change on count 2 on your left foot. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Then you're going to step left on count 1, and you're you're gonna wind the other way. 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, okay? So when you step right and kick left, you go clockwise. When you step left and kick right, you go counterclockwise. 2 in a row, here we go. And a 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Can I watch y'all do it? 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, and step, kick, ball change, kick, ball change, ball change, ball change, ball change, step, kick, ball change, kick, ball change, ball change, ball change, ball change. Okay, so if we're done worrying about the feet and the weight changes, I want us to now murder the Lindy Hopper in us, which says, relax, don't ever dance with tension. And I want you to be like big birds of prey while you're doing this circle, right? So I could go 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Woo, I got the feet right. But now again, I want to be, the feet should be going down underneath you because of the stuff happening upstairs, right? Like, what is the reason for the season? So we're gonna go 1, 2 and 3, 4, and I'm just gonna put in a lot of curvature, a lot of tilt, a lot of interest into this upper body. And then this whole aircraft carrier has to re-maneuver to go the other way. 1, 2 and 3, 4, and back the other way. All right, let's try it again. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1, 2 and 3, 4, and go. All right. I bet that looked better. I don't have time to check on it. Next, we're gonna do just a little kickball change, kickball tap break, where we go kick, ball, tap. And when I tap, I'm gonna make a nice little bevel. Kick, ball, tap, kick, ball, tap, kick, ball, tap, kick, ball, tap. Let's just practice these kickball taps. 8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2 and 3. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Erin Morris dance experiment so far, start to think about what muscles in your upper body can be boosting and pulling your feet into these shapes and into this little game we're playing with our rhythm and our feet. What does that look like? What hiccup can your upper body have that causes the kickball change? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, we're gonna go into a familiar place next. So we've just gone 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Then we're gonna do boogie forward, and gentle little fishtail back. Okay, that very familiar break from the alley on Shim Sham. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's take that whole phrase, the whole bridge from step, kick, ball change on the turn. 5, 6, 7, and step, kick, ball change, and go. Step, kick, ball change, and go. Step, kick, ball tap, boogie forward, and boom, bam, boom. Yeah? Let us try it with music. Avec musique. Just the bridge. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, step, kick, ball change, kick, ball, dum, ba-dum, 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 step, kick, ball change, kick, ball, dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Kick, ball, tap, boogie forward, take it back. Any questions? How is it going? All right. Are you guys willing to try A and B together? The first two phrases. So we have a tachyani phrase and we have a kickball change phrase, right? And if all else fails, do something with tachyanis and then do something with kickball changes. And that can be your own stew of the day. All right, here we go from not quite the tippy top, like the almost tippy top. Okay, any questions? No? One question, Maria. Yes, please.
Can we just do it one more time?
You taskmaster you. Yes, let's do it one more time. Agreed. Get that body going. And a 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish, fish. 1, 2, 3, up. Susie heel. 1, 2, 3, down. Crawl out and open, close, open, close. Step, kick, ball change, kick, ball down. Step, kick, ball change, kick, ball turn. Step, kick, ball down. Boogie forward, and take it back. All right. We good to go? Okay, this next one is, again, pretty deceptively easy, but I'd love for you to commit with lots of engagement. Let me try showing it from the front. We just went boogie forward, and boom, bam, boom. You're going to take your right foot. It's going to come forward, kind of like you're hopping onto a surfboard. But as you step forward, you're going to have 4 counts to just do something with that position, okay, on your little surfboard. So you're bringing it up and you're putting it down. And again, if you looked at me from the side, there's like a whole journey that can happen and then continue to resonate as you go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do that twice, okay? Once with the right side forward, once with the left side forward. Then we're going to pivot again, and the feet are going to tap out, in, pivot, back, tap, tap. Okay? Counts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, maybe the hardest part is remembering out, in, back. The foot that goes in, your right foot, you're going to have to pivot with that foot still beveled and controlled, and then step back on it, tap, back, tap. All right, let's just try it. Maybe without thinking about all of the other stuff I always make you think about. Let's just do weight shifts and counts. 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out, in, back, tap, tap. Then we go mambo step, and a break is whatever you want. Okay? I tend to keep the break simple. I like to go from my mambo to just some sort of cross turn, very gentle, leaving a lot of space open for my upper body to gather up rhythms if I want. But again, make it your own adventure. Okay? I'm going to face away from you. Again, right foot. A 5, 6, 7, 8. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out, back. Mambo step, and the break. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, a 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out, in, back, tap, mambo step, and your break. Boom, ga-da, boom, ba-da. let's just try throwing that on top of what we've already got. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and tacky. Fish, and tacky. Susie, and tacky. Crawl, break. And kickball change. Step, kickball change. Step, kickball tap, kickball tap, kickball tap. Boogie forward, and take it back. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Out, back, back. Mambo step, and you're on your own.
No one to talk with all by myself. No one to walk.
Okay, those are the things. Can I watch y'all do it and see what's happening? Yes? Okay. If you forget steps, I just want to see you dancing. Okay? So again, your relationship to your body and your relationship to your musicality is so much more important to me than your accuracy with anything. For one, none of it looks accurate to me because there's an audio delay, right? So if you're not going to look accurate, look good, right? So really, really make sure you've got that whole body turned on for all this. Here we go. Think of that warm up. 8 and a 5, 6, 5, 6. Stomp off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, up. Susie Q. 1, 2, 3, down. Foot crawl, and we break. Kickball change circle. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. And 1, kickball tap, kickball tap, kickball tap. Boogie forward, and bring it back. Surfboard, and right, and left, and out, back, mambo, and your break. Nice.
No one to talk with.
And then our beautiful Marie joins us with some music. I thought that looked really good. You guys were groovy. I would challenge you to get even farther away from your box and your comfort zone in terms of what you think your shoulders and your arms and your ribs are supposed to feel like when you jazz dance. Just, there's no reason not to. Just go nuts. Really, really go for it. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. Like, I don't think your arm's gonna come flying off. I'm certainly not gonna yell at you, right? So just use this time to really push into new weird territory, because otherwise, like, you're gonna spend the rest of this week. How many of you have other jazz classes you're gonna go to this week, or are going to like practice jazz at some other point this week? Yeah, all other practice that's gonna happen isn't necessarily gonna have someone like me being like, be a giant turkey vulture. And so like any minute that you can truly invest in this idea is a minute that gives your body a chance to actually learn some new muscle memory. Otherwise, the track record of how you always dance is so written in stone in your body right now. I'm really trying to bust through that a little bit. Okay, let's on that note, let's bust through. Let's try one more time, and then we'll keep going. Step, kickball change.
with all by myself. No one to walk with.
Okay, I have no idea what happened. I just left you to your own accountability, which I think is fitting because at the end of the day, you only have to answer to yourselves. I won't be here. So we're gonna move into another phrase, and the name of the game is just count two. We are gonna put a fall off the log on count two, and I want you to finish out the 8 however you want. So that means that we have to make the gesture of count two a little more powerful and a little more intentional because it has to want to go somewhere. It has to inform whatever idea is gonna fly onto our canvas and happen, right? So if you, and by the way, I usually end up starting this fall off the log on my left foot because I think of like count 1 on my right, count 2 on my left. But actually in these sections, it doesn't matter what side you're on, okay? Just, you're gonna do your fall off the log shape on count 2 on either leg. But so if you just stood vertically and like snapped and lifted your leg up, this doesn't compel you to go anywhere, right? You have to create a problem for your body to solve physically. So I like to make sure that I'm tilting the standing leg shoulder down towards the ground, peeling the lifted leg shoulder up towards the sky, really releasing through my hip and feeling like with a little bit of wind, I'm absolutely gonna blow backwards and diagonal with my foot, okay? So I'm creating all of those problems in my upper body to set that moment in motion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah? So you can think of this a couple of ways. I generally think about going down the line, just like a normal fall off the log, and just continuing to walk it out. So if you've never played with this before, you can think of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe your fall off the log turns you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe it just goes back and forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I kind of like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. But once you get used to the simple step trajectory, that's where you layer in any rhythms that are coming to you from the song or from your imagination, and any shapes that feel good. I try to have a feeling of lag, like there's energy going through my body and I'm a little bit behind it. Because when I allow there to be an idea heading one way and then I delay my obedience to it, that's where you start to get some nice jazz shapes and instincts to come through. So if I go 2, 3, 4, my body's pulling this way. So let's say my foot goes this way, but the rest of me is here. Now I've set up another problem for myself. I can either work through it like that, or maybe I'm gonna slide out of it, or maybe I'll just turn out of it. But the point is that when you allow lateral energy to move through you in a way that's, again, not stacked, not obedient, we end up with like really interesting things that we can do there, okay? Also, if you're a little less shape and you're a little more rhythm in your idea, you can play with what I call the bucket of nails problem, which is that between count 2 on one side and count 2 on the next side, your feet should just sound like a bucket of nails falling down a set of stairs, because that develops imagination and fantasy, and it develops a little more agility. So you go 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go nuts. I want you to go nuts in some direction, whether it's the shapes, the twisting, the sounds. Again, today is the day to just engage in play and fantasy rather than your normal comfort zone. Okay? So for a whole phrase, we're just going to be hitting count 2. Well, at least for 3 of them. You can build a break if you want. If you want to do 3 fall off the logs on count 2 and then do just an 8 of normal fall off the logs. So like in its simplest form, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Like you're welcome to build your phrase like that. Okay? Let's give it a go. We're just gonna start right with Marie.
1, 2, 3. Talk with all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf.
1, 2,
misbehaving, saving my
find a break
life
if you want.
for you. I know for certain the one I love.
Again.
No one to talk with all by myself.
Here we go. And a 1, 2.
No one to talk with all by myself.
And a 1,
No
2.
one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf.
1, 2.
Misbehaving, saving my life
And break.
for you. I know for certain the one I love.
I'm gonna watch you guys this time, see what's happening. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2.
No one to talk with all by myself.
A 1,
No
2.
one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf.
A 1, 2.
Ain't misbehaving, saving my
And a
life
break.
for you. I know for certain.
Yes, okay. I have super good news for you, or bad news, depending on how you're taking this material so far. The next phrase is going to be the same thing, but instead of just a simple kick with a fall off the leg shape on count 2, we're going to do a kick ball change. That's it. We're just going to play a game of add-on. We're going to add on one little layer of complexity. Once it becomes a kickball change, to me, you could keep it in the fall off the log shape even, right? Like 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3. Or you can make it a little bit more like an eagle slide. You could go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, right? Or you could mule kick it. 1, 2, and I don't even know how to do this. 2 and 3. That's hard. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3. Woo! I might choose that one because it's so hard. But do you see what I mean? You're gonna again create new fun problems with a kickball change on count 2, and then again you're gonna make up your own break. Maybe just out of kickball changes on the backbeat. Like you could do just boogie backs would fit that, or a little kickball change circle again, or just jam out. I will always reward the bravery of stopping your feet and still looking like jazz as a jazz dancer. We have such a hard time with that. We really rely on our feet and like running on the jazz treadmill to be like, this is jazz, this is jazz. But if you can stop your feet and still show how much groove you have and how much connection to music is there, that's pretty precious to me. All right, so we're gonna start on the first A with Marie, and we're gonna go through the second A. First A is just simple kick on count 2. Second A is kickball change on count 2. I'm gonna watch ya. I'm gonna watch ya. A 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2.
No one to talk with all by myself.
1,
No
2.
one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf.
1,
Ain't
2.
misbehaving,
Find a
saving my
break.
love for you.
1, 2,
I know
and 3.
for certain the one I love.
Step,
I'm
kickball
through
change.
flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of.
Step,
Ain't
kickball change.
misbehaving, saving my love
Find a
for
break.
you.
Yeah.
I'm like Jackie Hall.
had to let that play. Oh, her bridge is so good when she goes into double time there. Okay, I'm gonna keep going unless y'all have questions about that, either of those A's. It's totally fine if you do. I know I kind of like gave you something and then put it all on your shoulders, which I like to do. So if you're having any problems or if you're like, Erin, does this work? I'm here for you. Okay, then let's go into this crazy bridge. We are going to be inspired by the double time that's happening, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm trying to find it. Okay, she's not there.
I know for certain the I feel flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving
I know
my
where it
love for you. I'm like Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for.
So first, I just want us to get used to, let's just feel out. You can either just pulse, or you can try a little like clap, or you can try to run your feet a little bit. Try to feel out how long that double time is and how that feels.
Behaving, saving my love for you.
5, 6, 7,
I'm
8.
like Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Billy.
It's half and half. It's 2/8 of double time and then 2/8 of regular time, which is gonna feel like 4/8 and then 2, right? Because all right, one more time, and then we're gonna dance it.
Behaving, saving my love for you.
6, 5, 6,
I'm
7.
like Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for.
Okay, so I conceptualize the double time as very straight, meaning it's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's not, there's no syncopation there. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And to me, that makes it even more delicious when we arrive at the ka, 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 that we get back to. It's like, it's so good. I missed you so much. Where were you, swing? So we are going to go back to idea number 1, which was tacky Annies. And we're just gonna take tap, 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 tap. And that's how we're gonna do our double time. You can either put it slightly behind you, just like the shape of a tacky Annie, or you can bring it in, if you want to work through the sides of your feet a little bit more. I choreographed this in stocking feet last night, and in my stocking feet, it felt really good to bring it in. But now that I'm in slippery shoes, that feels not fast enough, so I'm bringing it back again. So it depends on your feet and your floor and what you're doing, but we have to be able to find da 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 tap 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 tap. All right, and then you're gonna come out of it. I don't care. I don't care what foot you're on. I don't care if you lost a beat somewhere in there, but you're gonna come out of it with da boom, tap, boom, tap. You're gonna come into like a really exultant, chunky, regular time tacky Annie. All right, here we go.
Behaving, saving my love
5,
for you.
6, no stop up.
I'm
Here we
like
go. Pop.
Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, don't stay out late, don't care to.
All right, because it doesn't matter what foot we're on. I mean, like, it makes sense for you to tap back on your right first, just like your normal tacky Annie pattern. But I'm just gonna face you, and we'll see what happens.
Behaving, saving my love for
5,
you.
6, 5, 6, 7, and pop.
Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, don't stay out late, don't care to go.
That's funny. After clapping it, I was ready to dance so much faster than it was. It shouldn't happen that way. Like, clapping should make you more accurate. But I got up and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go so fast. And then I was like, oh, I need to remember. Everybody remember that quaking we did at the beginning? The quaking with the foot placement? We really need to remember the like shaky looseness of this. If you had your hands on my body right now, you would feel that my boobs are bouncing. My stomach is a little bit toned, but my butt is relaxed. My thighs are really jiggly and relaxed. And I'm purposely letting my vibration, like if I had epaulets with like little fringe, you'd be seeing that fringe go, 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 go on my shoulders, okay? So let that vibration really help you. And the other thing is that I try to slowly deform my shape as I go, so that there's this natural just breath to it, because otherwise if I just hunker down in a shape and try to make it happen, it's going to get really inaccurate. Whereas if you let yourself come and go into the speed and let yourself keep kind of migrating around in a gentle way, you're more likely to carry that rhythm accurately. Let's try it again.
Haven, saving my love
5,
for you.
6, 5, 6, 7, and
Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, don't stay out.
woo! To me, that's so ecstatic. I love it. Are there any questions about the crazy bridge and about how to let ourselves vibrate? And then to me, it feels like suddenly eating a sandwich when I get to the regular time tacky. And I'm just like, and yeah, easy. You know, like, did anybody else used to eat PB&J with potato chips inside of it? Was that like a particularly weird and trashy thing my family did? Well, anyway, I highly recommend it. There's lots of sensations. So picture the PB&J with the Ruffles potato chips in there. Okay, enough about how I grew up. We are going to end this chorus, this AABA chorus that Marie is singing, with a play on Jump Charleston. And I say a play on it because Lord knows I don't like to work that hard. So Jump Charleston basically has an accent on 1 and an accent on 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where the big shapes 5. So we're gonna kind of do like an avant-garde, deconstructed Jump Charleston, where we're gonna think about sweeping the foot and putting weight on one side for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna get to another shape on count 5 on the same leg. So I don't care how it happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and then I like to switch it to the other side. Left side, 5, and right side, 5, and left side, 5. And so just play with that sweeping up and bowing down, sweeping up and bowing down, sweep and bow. And you can make the little weight shifts in between. It can be as complicated as you want. 1, buddy, pop, boom, and pop, buddy, pop, boom. Right? Like you can invent your own little torture chamber if you want, or you can make it really big and easy and sweepy with 1 and 5. Okay? So that's going to finish that chorus out. Let's start at the beginning of Marie's chorus. So it's going to be the fall off the log on count 2, the kickball change on count 2, our double time tacky Annie phrase, and then we're going to end with accenting 1 and 5 with these sweeps and bows. Okay? There she is. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2.
No one to talk with all by myself.
1,
No
2.
one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf.
1, 2.
Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
Great. Kickball change. 1,
I
2.
know for certain the one I love.
1,
I feel
kickball change.
certain it's just you I'm thinking of.
Step,
Ain't
kickball change.
misbehaving, saving my
And a
love
break.
for you.
Get ready for tacky Annie.
I'm like
And 1.
Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for.
And find a break. is definitely a place to just knock off the cobwebs. If you've been like, oh, this dancing has all been really molecular to me, and I haven't just gotten to do any jumping and leaping and kicking and whatever, this is your moment. This is your moment to just go kind of big and bold on that last phrase. Let's go ahead, and I know we're right at 2 o'clock, so if anybody has to go, I'm not offended. But let's take it from the top. Remember, we have our tacky Annies with our fishes, tacky Annies with our Susies, tacky Annies with our foot crawl. Then we have our step, kick, ball change, kick, ball turn. Step, kick, ball change, kick, ball turn. We have our kick, ball taps, and then our boogie forward, come back. Then we have our surfboard and our out, in, out, back, back, mambo, step, mambo, and then that's our break, and then that takes us to Marie's section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we can do it. We got this. We got this. Let's go. Light up that whole body. Shake it around. Roll it around. Yes. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fishtail. 1, 2, 3, up. Susie here. 1, 2, 3, down. Foot crawl. Open, close. Open, kick, ball change, circle. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Step, kick, ball tap, boogie forward. Take it back. Surfboard. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Out, out, back, back. Mambo, really tight, really active. Find your break. Here we go.
No one to talk with all by myself.
Step,
No one
ball.
to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
Kick, ball change,
I
kick,
know
ball
for
change.
certain the one I love.
Step,
I
kick,
feel
ball
certain
change.
it's just you I'm thinking of.
Step,
Ain't
kick, ball change.
misbehaving, saving my
And
love
break.
for you.
Here comes the tax fast.
Jackie Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting
And the
for. Believe me, don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you.
Nice, nice. If anybody's willing to dance for 2 more minutes, I'd love to put this piece onto another song real quick. So you don't think of it as the Ain't Misbehaving song. It's just stuff to do. So again, if you have to peace out, I totally understand. And I'd like to try this one right on top of the first A. So it's going to end up kind of weird, but I don't care. I want to see how that feels because I like that. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tap, tap, tap. Fish, fish. Tap, tap, up. Susie here. Tap, tap, down. Roll it out. And the kick ball change turn. Kick ball change, kick ball change. Step, kick ball change, kick ball change. Step, kick ball tap, kick ball tap, kick ball tap. Boogie that worked out like that. There we go, turtle spin. Just keep dancing. Think about your shoulders and your hands. Hey, that was an insane amount of fun, you guys. Thank you so much for trying all those ideas with me. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for teaching. This was amazing.
Yeah.
If anyone would like to send a tip to Erin, I put the information in the chat to send some appreciation her way. We will have some upcoming dance classes, so keep a lookout on Facebook for those events. And thank you so much, Erin. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a really beautiful Sunday, everybody. And if you aren't already connected to me on Instagram, I'm Erin Morris Jazz, so come find me. I really love to follow what you guys are doing and to share all of my little experiments down here in my COVID lair. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone. Mwah.
Erin. Oh. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I love seeing you dancing. So fun.
Oh, those Jackie Annies worked out nice on the last.
I know. I like the fast ones too. Those are fun. Oh, I should stop the recording. Here we go.